Good morning, everyone. Design thinking is all about user-centered problem solving. This means we shift the focus from the problem to empathizing with the user, arriving at really innovative solutions. Does this sound impractical or too much theory? To give you an example of how this has worked live, we've come to one of the leading private colleges, arts and science colleges in Chennai. Let's look at what they have done with design thinking. You went through the design thinking workshop earlier. So how was your experience and how did it impact you?
Being a new administrator, I thought the human-centered approach can be taught through a design thinking program. And that is when I got to know about the design thinking workshop that is being conducted specifically for the institutional leaders by School of Design Thinking. So I registered for it. And of course, the program actually kept up to my expectations, and it brought in a lot of transformation in me, which had a major impact both in terms of my professional life and in my personal life as well.
Keep stressing on the human-centered approach because you work with so many young adults every day. So can you tell us any instances of where you applied design thinking here?
One area where we had applied is implementing or bringing in food carts that are run by students at college premises. There was a situation where students came forward representing their concern, saying they want an additional canteen inside campus. We had to empathize. One thing that the design thinking workshop actually taught us is empathize with the user. So when we had a discussion with the students, yes, we empathized. They had a half an hour break, and within which all 7,000 plus students have to go finish their refreshments and come back to the classes on time. Now we have space constraints as well, saying we already run 3 canteens are existing, but still to cater to the need of all 7,000 with a wide variety of snacks and refreshments and all that, then we thought, why not students themselves start a business inside? This is to cater to the need of the students, but at the same time, there was also another problem that we were facing. Majority of our students are coming from lower income category, and almost like 50 to 60% of students are also first generation graduates. We believe on holistic education. So holistic education is not coming from the book and the knowledge alone. It is on the life skills as well. These first generation graduates are students from lower income categories where their parents are going for daily wages, that kind of environment. They don't have any idea about entrepreneurship. They don't have an exposure. They don't have a financial background to make initial investment. So there are a lot of challenges. So why not we teach an entrepreneurship for these students is another area that we wanted to address. So we introduced something called business in campus through food cart. We have an entrepreneurship development cell. So through them, we had mobile carts inside the campus. They are coming up with ideas. We evaluate them based on what items they sell, the variety, the cost, the quality, and there is a proper selection process also. So on one hand, it is helping the students who are coming from a lower income category to learn what entrepreneurship is. That gives them a lot of confidence. And many students, through the profit that they earn through this particular scheme, are able to pay their college fees, meet their individual expenses, and apart from that, there are few who also support the family from the income that they generate.
Any other impacts that came out of this, though you've listed quite a few?
Yeah, actually, if you see, one thing that we talk about entrepreneurship is it all starts from buying goods and selling it for a profit. Now there we teach them the financial literacy. How do you file your returns? Digital payments, UPI based billing is happening. We are teaching them how to handle accounts in their carts. That is taught. So whatever is required, the legal aspects and financial aspects are being taught to them. there are certain stalls which are selling food. They are taught about what is FSSAI, the standard they need to maintain, including the garbage collection and disposal. Okay, so it gives them a complete literacy on how they can run a business. And this girl actually sells different fresh juices or bottled drinks and all that. Now, when this winter started, the spring started, the sales actually came down. And whereas the biryani counter was actually selling, they had a consistent sales. So this girl thought, when my sales goes down, they had a partnership between these two stalls, and they said they announced a combo offer. Whoever buys a biryani will also get a fresh juice.
Fantastic.
Now this thinking, of solving their own problems, okay, how they can solve their problems is something very important for a student to learn at an early stage. So this is an added outcome.
The story becomes bigger and bigger the more I hear about it. I mean, we started with, solving a queue in a canteen, and now we're going all the way to increasing innovation and also really typifies the design thinking of you started with a mystery, then you arrived at the heuristics the first time, then you came with an algorithm, and you're constantly improving the algorithm, and your students are learning all this from you on a daily basis. Incredible, isn't it? A wonderful story of how students solved real problems in their campus and in their personal life using design thinking. All it needed was the right mindset, the willingness to think deep, suspend assumptions and biases, and to stay curious. To apply design thinking, you don't need to boil the ocean. Just 2 or 3 design thinking principles applied contextually can create real impact. In this story, we started understanding the student persona, what their goals are, what challenges they face, and how we can make a difference. A classic design thinking framework, journey mapping, helped us uncover the entire process, highlighting the moments that matter. But what really made the story come to be was a design thinking perspective of imagination, learning fast, and turning learnings quickly into action. That's the power of design thinking.